So, hello everyone. Welcome to my very first episode of uh, recording this session itself with the Insta 360. Happy to have some of the CRZ boys to join today for our practice section at DMCR, and also with some of the other friends with the community that I usually write with, who have the honor of sharing the roads together today. So, weekends usually is something that we always look forward to. Whether it's a group ride, coffee ride, chill ride, or a training ride, everything itself, you will see a lot of different groups out there riding on a regular basis itself over the weekend. The aim of today's session is just to catch up with the boys who just came back from Clark, Philippines, who just have went to collect their new water bike, and also did some of the boot camp, I would say, the last couple of days, climbing over signature climbs like Mount Sama, and all those other places which I don't remember the name, but they are really pretty big milestone for any cyclist on that basis. So right now we're just heading off towards TMC. This is more of like a warm up for everybody on a double pace line, and just to ensure that my camera is working properly, because my first time handling or rather recording this in the dark. Just trying to test out lighting source, the dead spot angle, and things like that as well. So yeah, just sit back, relax, and enjoy. So for this segment, we are doing something what we call play bikes itself. It is a term that was first started in CRZ Philippines that I came to know about itself. Usually this small little segment along the right, usually to the end of a session itself, where anyone can join in to get into this play bike segment. So the whole idea of this play bike is essentially just like a mini challenge, whether it's a team time trial, whether it's something that you want to push yourself, whether it's a climb for a KOM or whatsoever, simulated for all of us. You know, we want to get home safe and sound in a way. So right now, what you're seeing here is essentially we saw that there was time trialists, that was going at a pretty decent speed. So as a way to get the guys rile up, and make them wake up a little bit because pretty early. We just decided to stick to the time trialers on that basis. So as you can see for the footage, she's pretty strong. Not gonna lie, she's really strong. We're just playing catch up on that basis itself. Coming to a traffic stop, we gotta respect the traffic laws on that. But importantly as well is that social etiquette, especially when you're riding alongside someone that's on the TT bike, is that you never try to be in front of them for the TT riders, because on their bike itself they do not have access to the brake for any emergency braking on that basis. So always let them be at front. Not that we want them to overwork for us when they draft behind whatsoever, but just from a safety concern, we always let them be at the front and we draft behind the back, unless we have a very a certain amount of distance for safety away from him or her on a control bike. Then let's be responsible and practice safe etiquette on this.
Okay, it's okay, we keep our lane. Okay, thank you.
From the footage, and you can see right now is that I think I have maintained a safe amount of distance in terms of the front of the TD bike itself, and on his right, for us coming as a single train or a single file, we believe we have given enough safe distance, for us to accelerate away or to continue to play bike on that basis itself. That's really critical from a safety point of view on that basis itself. Usually when you hit this segment of TMCR heading southbound towards the NSRCC direction, you guys will know that this is the last sprint all the way to the rest point. Usually I will look behind and I'll give an indication to the rider behind me, which in this case will be David, that I'm going to try to ramp up to 50 if I can on that basis. So he knows the signal and he's starting to get ready as I slowly ramp up on that basis. Whether do I successfully continue all the way or be a lead out for him himself, that's essentially what my mind was going through all the way to the rest point. And I was not able to hit 50 definitely. It's just really exhausted from the filming. But glad to see David being able to accelerate more than me to get up to speed and maybe breaking the 50 mark on his Strava for today. Facial cues are usually a very good indication. As you guys can see on my face right now, I'm starting to open my mouth to breathe. Gasping for air. And that's me giving up. So, and there goes David. Sprint out for my lead up on that basis. But it was a short distance coming to a stop, and it was good to still see majority of the initial groups still coming together and coming to this rest stop, taking a break before we head northbound back to Changi Village for breakfast.
I think good. Oh, Henry, it's okay. It's okay. Good. Keep going. Okay. I'll bring you to the front. You follow me. You use me as a drum. I'll bring you to the front. Just to close up the gap only.
So this is the return segment back to Changi Village, which is northbound, the south of TMCR. This is where the group actually got a little bit disconnected. So we have some of the stronger guys already at the very front. They went with another group, and I was at the back because we were just giving some guidance and filming to one of our other non-CRZ friends in there. And I decided that hey, it's a good challenge with the new foam padding. Let's test it out if it's highly effective, if it's very comfortable for me to be able to do a solo time trial all the way on my own to the very fun. If I can catch the group, that's a bonus, that's great. But if not, let's just see how long I can hold at this speed, at this tempo, or this amount of effort that goes into it on that basis. So nothing really special, it's just more for my general observation in terms of my own TT skill and areas to improve. Once you also have seen your teammate or your other group member itself that's had difficulty maintaining the pace on their own, it's also kind of a social etiquette to ask them to get behind you if you're feeling good for that ride, but do not speed up. At least get a feel of whether are they able to catch up and latch on to you, onto your draft, before deciding to make any secondary move later on.
Make use of me.
So we are just about to get past Changi Naval Base through this traffic light itself. Usually this is where the true TT start, because this is where it's all the way straight line without anything itself, passing the bus stop you just saw earlier there. This is just a flat out TT route all the way. Yeah. So the focus of this segment for me personally was, okay, let's try to lead the group behind me, our team, our initial group that started off today. Let's see how long they can hold together with me, and if we could catch the front group again, like I said earlier, which was a bonus. But if not, let's just see how long we can hold at this speed as a group. One of the main things I've always been very particular about when it comes to doing TT segment, it's not really more about power, but it's just making sure that my cadence and my heart rate is at acceptable pace. Because if you think about it, TT is not about high energy bursting. Yeah, it's about maintaining an acceptable effort within yourself that you know you can maintain in the form of endurance riding, in a sense. Of course, we want everyone to go fast on TT as much as possible, finding the most aerodynamic position, the most comfortable position to catch your speed on that basis. But often a lot of people become too engrossed with stats such as power, wattage and things like that itself, whereby they sometimes forgot that having a healthy heart, or having a acceptable heart rate in terms of beats per minute itself, or even having the right cadence to activate all your different muscle group when you're doing a TT effort itself, that is very critical to actually think about on that basis. Nothing really special. What I'm sharing here is just my general observation of things that usually I look at to improve over time. In this segment, we are about halfway through. As you can see on the bottom right hand corner of the overlay stats, we're already halfway through. There was simply no one that I could kind of latch on, because anyone that I call up to, was already not riding at the same speed as I was going. And the front group, there was no way to get near them. The red blinking lights was getting smaller and smaller each time I looked up itself. But I wasn't really upset or anything like that. It was just an individual effort to pace myself and see how long I can hold in that portion. But evidently I would say that just from the initial start of this straight segment on the new foam pad itself, really comfortable. I have not felt a single situation whereby I was feeling hand numbness, forearm pain, or shoulder overload, neck pump, or things like that itself on that basis. I mean, the phone did help, but ultimately it's the posture that was really critical. If you invest time and effort into perfecting your technique and posture itself, being more aerodynamic on that basis, anyone can definitely improve with time into this. I've seen guys that are like almost like grandfather, already like 65 to 75, and they're able to do this sort of speed as well with the same aero posture that was taught by CRZ. So most grateful to know CRZ a year ago, having invested into their posture and technique. It certainly helped me significantly in this area of development for myself. Yeah, of course I can talk all day into how good they are and things like that as well, but I'm sure the stats don't lie, as what you guys can see over here. Yeah, to maintain a solo effort on what you guys are seeing right now itself, I will credit at least 90% of that achievement really to CRZ and the biomechanics application of what they have taught to us, or at least just to me in the past year. As you can see from the overlay, we are now approaching the final left turn of this straight segment itself, and these two gentlemen here was my shining light in terms of having a reference point and knowing how to pace myself, or rather having the appropriate amount of effort required to keep pace and to maintain the speed and the pacing required on that basis for that. So usually once we hit this left turn, and coming up there will be like another, say, 1 to 2 kilometer more of hitting the traffic light, and usually that is what I will call the end of the TT segment for TMCR. Yeah, it is just this short, truth to be told, so most of the TT riders will do this up and down as one complete loop as a way to gauge their all-out effort itself on an appropriate distance that's consistent with most of this TT competition out there itself, and usually around 20 to usually around 18 to 25 kilometer straight route like this. So yeah, I'm already coming to a rest because I was kind of demotivated that I really didn't see the group that was in front. I want to latch on itself, so catching a breath and yeah, just coming to a rest on that basis. So there's a traffic light you're seeing, that two green light over there. That's the traffic light I'm talking about, where that would mark the end of the segment on that basis. So overall, today's individual TT test, really satisfied. I have never been so comfortable before holding this new handlebar from CRZ was a studio. But that, and I believe over time with more practice I can prolong the pain as they call it, or just endure longer on that posture to give me free speed. So this is nearing to Changi village, the segment itself. So we just passed, I think already about to pass the Air Force, the Changi Airport logistics base on the left of me in this video itself. So by now you should see that the group is already kind of broken up in this segment, because there was an understanding for everyone that it doesn't matter if you're going to be fast, you're going to be slow, you're just going to be meet back at the breakfast place itself, regardless of whatever happened on that basis. Yeah, so this was still me trying to make it to the front of the group if possible, to catch up with any other of the initial group member this morning on that basis. And you can see that right now there's a group coming from behind. I believe that is Greyhound Cycling, one of the professional or semi-professional cycling team in Singapore itself, made up of mostly foreign expatriates that share a passion for cycling here, and they're really active in most of these competition around the region, or even in particular some of these national competitions such as the OCBC cycle event, or even the Tour de France criterium racing, which was held for the past 2 years. I often do see Greyhound cycling on that. Kudos to them, they came from behind, catch up to me, and automatically, if you're a solo rider, get out of the way in a safe manner. Yeah, and don't interrupt the group, don't cut into the group. This is the number one social etiquette I always practice, is that if there's a group coming in itself, don't cut in unless they offer for you to sit to their draft or get into their group. If not, just politely make your way to the back and follow through, or maintain a safe distance on that basis. Yeah. Key aspect of most Singapore cyclists, as when I had an opportunity to ride over in the Philippines itself, I noticed that in Singapore we really follow a strict practice of riding double baseline. On that, I think in Philippines we don't see that much of it. Oh, that's David, by the way. So thank God I have someone to work with to get to the breakfast place, because I was growling. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I was growling. Yeah. So from in terms of riding in Singapore, we often practice this double baseline rule to ensure safety and also compliance with traffic law on that basis itself. So maximum of 10 per group, yeah, for the double baseline, and yes, David, on that basis. So I was all when I ride, I'll often look behind to just to give a check on my teammate whether are they getting up to speed, do they need some time to catch up to me or whatsoever, on that basis. Yeah, I understand that sometimes is your other group member they don't put in the effort to catch up, but I believe that, let's say for me this particular situation, if I'm feeling up for it itself, if I can help David or any other group member behind me, just close the gap to the front group by politely waiting for them to work together. You know, working together in cycling is always going to be more beneficial than riding alone solo on that. So now we call it to this very big group other than the Greyhound cycling. I'm not quite sure which group this was, but essentially it's free draft for me and David on that basis. So as of this point, it's no longer a TT. My thought on this was just to make sure I can keep up with this group in the most effortless way possible with regards to cadence, with regards to heart rate, yeah, or even wattage for some of you guys. They are very particular about power stats on that. Yeah. Tightening the shoe means this is the time I'm gonna play the game with them. I'm just gonna maybe push a little bit of my limit, and just see how many they could keep up with me, or you know, just to see the overall peloton whether are they gonna be gracious enough to accept the challenge and play along with me. So hence this is playback segment number 2. Things to always share as a piece of advice to everybody itself who's watching this is that if you're ever riding in a big group, especially at the back and high speed, make sure you always have one finger or at least have some form of ability to access to the brakes urgently if there's a need. Yeah, because sometimes I have seen riders where the bikes are a little bit too big for them, or the handlebar is a bit too low, or in the wrong angle and etc. That they are not able to reach for the brakes. So often you see them riding close behind the group itself, and they do not have a finger that's able to access the brake on that basis, which to me is really dangerous itself, unless the group have already made it clear that okay, this is the speed we're going to maintain, this is the tempo we're going to maintain, for everyone to agree on. But especially riding with random folks like what we're doing in this video right now, very critically importantly, you need to have at least a finger on the brakes for any emergency. Yeah. So this is where we decided to do a bit of a lead out and chase just to break the peloton. So I'm relying on my dear friend David here to get me up to speed and tempo. My job is to, at this point in time, is 2-lane traffic itself, just to watch behind, make sure that we got enough clearance space before he starts to do his sprint out on that. So you can start to see the speed. We're getting close to 48, 50 on the road that we never do that before. I have no idea why we're going so fast. I thought we were just riding at a behind the tempo, but I'm just feeding off David at this stage right now to get to a high speed. And if the peloton don't follow us, it will be just the two of us doing our own team time trial or do the breakfast point. So yeah, but of course this sort of burst is only sustainable for a short while, and thankfully for David this part, giving me the lead out that I need. So, and I think the group behind him really followed that closely because it was a very fast tempo. So take a look at the slope stats itself, you'll start to see that we are going to go up slope to a certain gradient. Yeah, going down first, all the way to up. So this is where you get the momentum and you start to go as fast as you can to get to speed. Usually this particular band, from a competition racecraft point of view, this is the deciding factor for a lot of riders in terms of when you're gonna break away, whether we're able to drop the myriad of your competitor or your other peloton itself. If you need to have your own solo breakaway and things like that itself, usually this is a good test for a lot of riders that's interested to learn a little bit more about racecraft. So yeah, we are coming to the end of this segment, very close to the breakfast stop. So this just me giving my one last effort and push down the road, just giving as much as I can after a whole I would say a very long morning of filming. So I'm essentially the camera guy, the script writer, the lighting, the sound guy, whatever you can think of itself. Yeah, pretty much all in one package for today. Yeah. So I guess my breakfast is very justified on that, and very thankful to all the guys that were here today joining for this group ride. Yeah, for being our actor. Yeah, Oscar worthy actors on that. So yeah, so this is me coming to the end of the segment, just checking to make sure that David also is there time to time to follow up to me. But if he's not, it's okay, he knows where the breakfast place is. I'm just going to give my one last effort all the way down to the traffic at this end before we turn right and ends today's route. And tada! Finally, we have completed today's training ride. At least personally for me, usually this is where I will decide that okay, that's the end of today's ride in terms of the training itself, in terms of distance. You will see that I don't really do much of a long distance type of ride, but I'll do more of a high tempo to equate the same effort as if you're doing a long distance ride like RTI or legs type of riding. Yeah. So oh, the Greyhound team is here. Well, thank you Greyhound team. You guys have been good sport to play with us for the little short segment, even though it wasn't long, but it's really fun way to end off the Saturday morning on a good note before heading for breakfast.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Easy highway. Very easy. Yeah. If you take a cadence slow, you can still catch up with them. You don't have to be fast. In your cadence, you can be free speed. Yeah, free speed. Once you get your posture right, it's free speed all the way. You got very low heart rate. Okay, let's wait for the boys. Okay, moving on right. Oh, good training day. And that's David in front after a battle, simulator battle. Woo! What a great morning. Pretty good. Time for breakfast. Most people that doesn't know, we're going to have our breakfast here at Loyang Promi. It's pretty nice food in the morning, as early as 7 AM. So boys did their practice, so now we're gonna head off for practice. Feels good. Quick review of the foam. Absolutely perfect. I was able to hold relatively comfortable, longer than usual itself. Of course, we have to train the tricep to hold a bit longer because that's where that's the pain really kind of coming on that. So yeah, I guess if we train the tricep and keep the rest the same, the posture, the efficiency, pretty much we can do time trial on this bike, climb, sprint, whatever you can think of. Yeah, all good. Yeah, so really happy with the 6mm foam. As you can see, the 6mm foam is really good. Not gonna change. Yeah, so but once it rusts out, we will see whether it doesn't need to try the 3mm foam on that basis. More important is the sled, you know, all those stuff. That's my primary concern more than anything else. So yeah. Okay. Yep. So okay, half the boys are here. So signing off. Yeah. Peace.